Hello, and welcome to the Kickstart Your Design Challenge project webinar. My name is Taylor Ryan, and I am the competition manager for the Solar Decathlon 2024 Design Challenge from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, or NREL. I work on the Solar Decathlon organizer team here at NREL, which is a group of staff dedicated to working behind the scenes to support you and your team throughout the Design Challenge competition. To start today's webinar, I wanted to extend my congratulations to all the new teams in the Solar Decathlon 2024 Design Challenge. You can see on the participating teams map here, we have teams from across the country and around the world competing in this year's competition. Right now, we have 105 participating teams from 93 collegiate institutions. We encourage you to share the participating team's announcement with your school network to demonstrate that you are part of a world-class group of competitors in a competition with an over 20-year legacy. Congratulations again to you and your team for taking the next step and becoming a participating team in the 2024 Design Challenge. I also wanted to start with an overview of our competition timeline. We just passed the team registration deadline on October 18th. Again, all teams who submitted a team registration before that deadline are now accepted as participating teams in the competition. Looking ahead, our first deliverable due is the project summary due on December 5th, 2023 by 5 o'clock Eastern Time. While this deliverable is not required, the organizers do encourage all teams to consider submitting a project summary for feedback on division compliance and compliance with rules requirements. Looking ahead from there, the organizers will release an updated version of the Design Challenge rules in January 2024. You can expect that updated rules document to have minor clarifications or additions, but we will not be fundamentally changing any competition requirements for that January 2024 rules update. From there, we have our first required deliverable in the competition due on February 20th, 2024, called the semifinal submission deliverable. This deliverable is intended to demonstrate your team's interim progress on your design project and the potential success of your design project to jurors. Teams who submit that deliverable will then be eligible to present their projects to industry expert jurors during the virtual semifinal competition event. That event will be held February 23rd to 24th, 2024, and you will present your projects and the jurors will select up to 10 finalist teams across the 4 competition divisions to advance to the final stage of the Design Challenge competition. Now, if your team is not selected as a finalist during that virtual semifinal competition event, you can continue your participation in the Design Challenge as an exhibition team. More details about exhibition teams can be found in the rules, but generally speaking, exhibition teams complete their design project according to the requirements outlined in the rules, and they will then have an opportunity to present their projects to industry expert reviewers for feedback. However, they will not be eligible for any division winner or grand winner awards in the competition. So following that virtual semifinal competition event, if your team is not selected as a finalist but intends to continue the Solar Decathlon experience, which we absolutely encourage you to do, you'll just have to submit a brief letter of intent by February 29th, 2024. Looking ahead past the semifinal competition event, we have our final required deliverable in the competition due, the final submission. That will be due on April 2nd, 2024. From there, jurors will actually start reviewing your competition deliverables in preparation for the Solar Decathlon competition event, which will be held April 19th to 21st, 2024. The Solar Decathlon competition event is the culmination of the Design Challenge competition, and it is where all teams will come together to present their final projects to industry expert jurors. The jurors will then select a first, second, and third place team in each of the divisions. And those first place division winners will compete on the grand stage for a grand winner award in the 2024 Design Challenge. Exhibition teams will also have the opportunity to participate in the Solar Decathlon competition event, although again, they are presenting for feedback from reviewers and they're not eligible for division winner or grand winner awards. We'll talk more about the competition event as we go on in the design challenge here, but that will be a hybrid event with in-person participation options available at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory in Golden, Colorado, or virtual participation options will be available as well. Moving from here, the organizers have sent more information about this via email, but I wanted to flag the distribution of the 105 participating teams across the 4 competition divisions of this year's design challenge. The organizers encourage teams to be strategic with your division selection to increase your team's chances of becoming a finalist. The spread of participating teams across the 4 divisions of this year's design challenge is as follows. In single-family housing, we have 51 participating teams. In attached housing, we have 13 teams. In multifamily building, we have 21 teams. And in education building, we have 20 teams. So again, as a reminder, up to 10 finalist teams in each of those 4 divisions will be selected during the virtual semifinal competition event. So if you notice that you're in a division with many other participating teams, the organizers encourage you to be creative with your division selection, your building type, to again increase your team's chances of being selected as a finalist. Moving on from there, there are a few areas of the rules that I also wanted to flag for you as you plan out your successful design challenge project. These considerations are located in sections 3.2 and 3.3 of the design challenge rules, which are respectively project selection for carbon impact and project selection for community impact. In the 2024 design challenge, teams are encouraged to explore solutions for existing buildings or retrofit projects to address the growing need for zero energy solutions for these types of buildings. The jurors will be taking special consideration and paying special attention to the carbon impact, including the operational and embodied carbon of your design. So please be intentional with how you select your design project for the 2024 design challenge and consider the carbon impact of that project selection. From there, section 3.3 outlines the encouragement for teams to explore zero energy solutions for equity eligible buildings. You can see a rough outline and definition of what equity eligible buildings means on this slide, and more information is also included in the rules on that consideration. Again, these are encouragements for design challenge teams to be creative with your project selection and an acknowledgement that jurors will be paying special attention to these considerations around both carbon and community impact of your building selection. Moving on from here, I wanted to talk through what you can expect from the Solar Decathlon organizer team in terms of interaction and in support from now through April 2024. The first line of support that we offer you is through office hours sessions. These are periodic open conversations on Zoom. There is no agenda, so we encourage you to bring your questions and the organizers will be there to support and answer any questions that you do bring to those sessions. You can see a schedule for our office hours sessions included on the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Any Zoom registration links or recordings of past office hours sessions can be found in the quick links on the submission site under the Design Challenge Office Hours page. So again, we encourage you to come to office hours. Please don't be shy. We love interacting with the competing students and faculty and being able to answer your questions. And chances are someone else in the competition probably has a similar question to you. So again, don't be shy and please come to office hours if you can make it. Next up, we have webinars like the one you are watching today. We will pre-record 4 webinars throughout the Design Challenge competition and post them to the Solar Decathlon YouTube channel. These will be approximately 15 to 30-minute videos that share important guidance on the design challenge competition, including around deliverables, event information, and tips for success. To find recordings of previous webinars, you can again go to the quick links on the submission site, and that will link directly to the playlist on our Solar Decathlon YouTube channel, where you can find all the videos for this year's design challenge. We also plan to interact and support your team over email. All questions throughout the competition can be sent either to sddesign@nrel.gov or solardecathlon@nrel.gov. And myself and others on the Solar Decathlon organizer team check those inboxes regularly and are happy to answer your questions within just a few days when you send them to those inboxes. Additionally, the Solar Decathlon organizers will be sending weekly emails to all team members who are registered on the submission site. Those weekly emails will come with the subject line of Solar Decathlon Digest, and again, will include competition updates and reminders, career opportunities, and tips and information about upcoming events from those Solar Decathlon Digest emails. So it is super important that you are registered on the submission site in order to receive that regular weekly email communication from the organizers. Which brings me to the submission site. The submission site will be our central resource hub and website for the 2024 Design Challenge. This is where the organizers will share a lot of critical information about competing in the design challenge with you, including software and tools that are accessible to students, as well as the Building Science Education Series. Importantly, this is also where your team will come to submit deliverables in the competition. You again wanted to point out that you must be registered on the submission site to receive our organizer updates via email. Now, when you log into the site, you'll notice on the left menu pane an ability to click on what's called quick links. We will update these quick links regularly throughout the design challenge competition with critical information that you need to participate. Some of the links that you can find under quick links right now include the design challenge rules, information for upcoming office hours sessions, instructions to access software, resources, and tools, and the Building Science Education Series, and templates for upcoming deliverables. So make sure that you're logging into the submission site and checking those quick links regularly and accessing all of the information that is available to you as a participating student in the design challenge. Moving on to the project summary. Again, this is our first deliverable in the competition. It is not a required deliverable, and even if you do submit it, I wanted to acknowledge that your team can change your building type, you can change your division selection, and really anything about your project after this initial project summary. However, we still encourage you to submit your initial ideas through this deliverable. The organizers will be reviewing all the project summary deliverable submissions and providing preliminary feedback to you on rules compliance and project direction in the competition. So the project summary is intended to be a 2-page executive summary of your design project that provides a high-level overview of what your project is all about. You can see here it includes information like your project name, team name, collegiate institution, and division. You'll want to include a concise description of the project and target market, the relevance of the project to the design challenge competition goals. You'll want to highlight key project data and technical specifications, and finally summarize your team's design goals and strategy in the competition. Under the quick links on the submission site, we already have a template available to you to start building out this project summary, as well as an example from one of our grand winners in the 2023 Design Challenge, so you can see what a past successful team has included on their project summary deliverable. In terms of best practices, we encourage you to consider the guiding question: if you only had 10 minutes to pitch your design, what would you highlight? The ideal project summary will balance the use of text and images. It will be easy to read and catch the user or the reader's attention, and you'll also highlight unique project elements. Often this is the first document that the jurors will read as they're reviewing your project. So you'll want to make this compelling and again, highlight those unique project elements and help them understand quickly what your design goals and strategy are in the design challenge. You can see examples again from our previous year's winners and the design challenge, all from the Solar Decathlon website. So we encourage you to check those out and see how other teams have pitched their design challenge project in the past. Moving on to important upcoming dates. We have again our preliminary project summary that is due on December 5th, 2023 by 5 o'clock Eastern Time. The next office hours session will be held on February 6th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Please, if you can, join us live. We want to interact and engage with all the teams participating in this year's design challenge and answer any questions that you might have about the competition. Now for a few recommendations from the Solar Decathlon organizers, you can see on this slide. The first recommendation is to read the rules. Any questions that you have about competition requirements, events, anything that you need for being a successful design challenge team can be found in the design challenge rules. So please review those competition requirements and make sure that your team is familiar with those requirements as you build out your project. The next recommendation is to develop a problem statement and your design goals. This is a great starting point for a design challenge project to really think through as a team where you're headed and what your goals are for your design in the future. We also again encourage you to be strategic with the type of building that you select, given our division distribution of participating teams currently. The next recommendation is to organize your team and delegate tasks. Often the most successful design challenge teams are highly organized and delegate tasks according to each team member's academic background, interest area, other kind of specialty that they might be able to bring to your team. So be strategic with how you can split up the work associated with the project. The next recommendation is to start the Building Science Education series, which I'll talk about more on the next slide. And our final recommendation here is to seek out industry partner and engagement. Industry partners and design partners can bring a real-world perspective and application to your design challenge project. And again, the most successful design challenge teams tend to engage one or more industry partners to get that perspective and that guidance and support as they build out their project. And wanted to flag the Building Science Education series is ready and available for you to start. All participating teams and students in the design challenge are expected to complete the Building Science Education series by the semi-final submission deliverable deadline on February 20th, 2024, or receive an equivalency waiver from their faculty stating that they have received equivalent education through coursework or curriculum. This Building Science Education series is composed of short video modules and quizzes designed to enable all students in the design challenge to learn the fundamentals of building science in zero energy building design. So the Building Science Education series can really help level the playing field no matter what academic background you're coming from as a design challenge student. You can really learn what you need to know to build a successful design challenge project by taking this Building Science Education series. For more information on how to access that Building Science Education series, you can go again to the quick links on the submission site, and we have detailed instructions there. Last but not least, I wanted to extend my sincere thank you to all the Solar Decathlon sponsor organizations, especially our gold level sponsor Legions. Thank you to all of these organizations for your generous support of the Solar Decathlon program. We truly could not do this competition without you, so thank you so much for your support, contributions, and enthusiasm for Solar Decathlon Design Challenge students. And for students of Solar Decathlon, If you haven't heard of these organizations before, or even if you had, we encourage you to check out their websites. These are the partners working with us behind the scenes to make sure that you have an amazing competition experience. So thank you again to the Solar Decathlon sponsors. And thank you for watching the Kickstart Your Design Challenge project webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at sddesign@nrel.gov or solardecathlon@nrel.gov, and the organizer team will get back to you in just a few days. Thank you and good luck in the competition.